What is up, guys? Welcome back to Diamond Hands Trading. My name is Barney XBT, and today I'm just going to be going over a few things. I'm going to list them out right now. So the first thing we're going to be going into this video is the Fed rate increase today. I'm going to be talking about that, what I think the sentiment means, and where I think the market is going to go because of it. Next, we're going to go over just quickly Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's just today's price action strictly because I know we did the weekly open video yesterday, so I'm just going to keep it brief. And then number three, I'm going to go into some trades that we've already taken in the Telegram today, Doge included, and why we took them. And then we're going to try and discover some potential setups for altcoins as well, specifically Atom, Solana, BNB, Doge as well. And yeah, just levels we're going to be looking at for a trigger to go long, or levels to look at if we reject them to go short, right? So let's first start it off with, I'll just look at Bitcoin while I'm talking about the Fed rate. So, as expected, we got the 25 BPS today. I did tweet, I'm not too sure why it's considered bullish. It's like just more of people's emotions that they think, the market is eventually going to recover, because in my opinion, no rate hike is actually considered bullish, right? We're just increasing rates, making it harder to borrow money. So, but it is slowly coming down, and yeah, I don't know, really. In my opinion, I think it's bullish news because of people's emotions. They think it's going to stop soon. It's going to, they're not going to be doing the 50 BPS or the 75 BPS anymore. If they keep it at 25, it's just starting to signal that the market is ready, almost ready to recover, and they can eventually start decreasing them. And that is when it's going to be really bullish, right? So I think we're getting a pump from that today. People are starting to have hope and optimism. But in, the end of the week, maybe next week, I'm not too sure that, we're overall bullish here. Just looking at Bitcoin here on the 4 hour, let's, go off that high right there. Really, we're just at resistance again. We could easily maybe just get a quick pump, sweep these highs, trigger everyone's stop losses that's currently short, and, have an SFP where, they'll be filling their shorts while everyone else's shorts are getting liquidated or stopped out. And then we finally break down and go for these lows. Okay? So that's what I'm thinking is most likely going to happen. Maybe we struggle here for a little bit, A bullish confirmation would be, break above, strong break, preferably a 4 hour close below this high, which is 23.9. Maybe a slight retest, it just kind of hangs out there for a bit, and then, we can think about going for that 24.2K level and even 25K. Which chart am I looking at? Excuse me. Where's my Bitcoin? All right, yeah. So this is my BYBIT Bitcoin charts, like the one I use most frequently. The daily chart right now, or the daily candle, is incredibly bullish. That is just one, went negative down to 22.7 right around when the Fed rate hike news happened around 2 o'clock. So this is all within the past 2.5 hours. Pumping Bitcoin's up 4.5% in 2.5 hours. That's pretty crazy. Yes, I wouldn't put it past it. I don't think we're going to reject just yet. I'm mainly paying attention to that 24.2. If you are in longs from earlier today, my recommendation in the Telegram channel was to take profit at this high because this is Monday's range. We literally just tapped it. As you can see, it could very well break. We've had a nice run up over the past 2 hours. Just every 15 minutes closing green. Now we're at Monday's high, slight rejection. There's no reason to not take profit here. and then just maybe add it back on if you see a flip of this level. You know what I mean? You just want to Serve your profits. Don't give them back to the market thinking it's, going to come back down or whatever. Even if it does and then comes back up and retests as support, then that's still your trigger to go long. You know what I mean? But at least you didn't get scared when you started to see all of your profits start disappearing if it goes, back down to like 23.4, which is very possible. So that's Bitcoin. What I'm looking at is that, as always, is a 24.2K level. As you guys all know, that is the top of our range from June, 18.6 to 24.2. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Break above that, I'd be looking to maybe test that weekly asteroids belt around 26.5, which was also our weekly breaker here. See? So that's what I would flip 24.2. We have a very good chance of going for 26.5. Something like that, right? Obviously not just straight up. Possible, but unlikely. But yeah, that's Bitcoin. So let's just move it on to Ethereum real quick. Let's look at the 4-hour. A lot of indicators on. I'm going to shut them off so we're not both confused here. And this is our range. Let's delete this middle one. All right, so our Monday's range from last week is still very accurate. Just shorting the top. ETH was always going back below here. Like I was saying on last week's video, it's not as simple as Bitcoin. It's definitely more, there's a lot of really good players that are longing and shorting Ethereum. So they'll just stop you out, but it came back up anyway. Reclaim of Monday's low, which was set here. And now we're back at the top of last Monday's high again, which is 1650. So yeah, as always, we know how to trade the range now because you watched the how to day trade video. This is where you take profit if you are in a long. If you're long from the bottom of the range, you're going to be taking profit at the top of the range, and also maybe partial profits when it came up here. And now you're going to be looking for a short. I would be looking for maybe a slight pump above that and then back below Monday's range, right? Or Monday's high, I mean. If we were to, take out those stop losses here, and we came up, but we had a 4-hour close above and it was still holding that level, then that's not a short trigger, that's a long trigger, and I'd be targeting 1730. That's what I've been looking for. We haven't seen that level in quite a while. And I have that set from, that was the mini bear market of the summer of 2021. We just hit it 3 times and pumped to a new all-time high. And it was also the beginning of the bear market here when we had that weekly close below it, right? On the beginning of June of 2022. So that's Ethereum. I'm looking for 1730. If you flip 1650, right? So breakout, start holding 1650 as support. That's your trigger to go long now. Not yet, because we're still treating it as resistance. So hopefully that makes sense. So we covered the rate hikes. I'm thinking it's going to be bearish. Overall, I think it's going to be bearish. I don't think it's actual bullish news. I think it's just people's initial emotion to the news. So I am looking for shorts, but I think we're going to get a nice pump to take out those stop losses for people who are trying to short a little too early. And that's our plan. I'm going to keep you updated in the Telegram of what my plan ends up being. Next, we went over Bitcoin. We've gone over Ethereum now, real quick. Not too much to say. We're just playing this range. Same thing, 1580 to 1650 for ETH, and Bitcoin was 22.5 to 23.8. So it's pretty much just the same thing that's been going on. Next, we're going to go into Doge and the trade we took today. So, what I had seen was actually my indicator on the 15-minute. I'm going to show you. The asteroids belt on. And I was getting these green arrows, buy signals here. And we were holding this last reversion line as support, right? So it just kept bouncing there. I knew the Fed, was going to be a very volatile candle. But, I was willing to take the bet that I was bullish. I had longed right around here when it tapped it this third or fourth time. And I had a nice pump. We went up to like 9 cents. It was like up almost 2% from that. I was feeling good. Then we saw a nice retrace as soon as 2 o'clock hit. And it literally, we took profit though. That's why I said I was 30% out at this level. So even if it went all the way back down, I was still in profit. You know what I mean? And that's why I try to teach you guys that it's very important to take partial profits, at the very least, to cover the fees. Because fees can be expensive. One tip for anyone who is trading derivatives regularly is to try and make sure all of your buy orders and sell orders for a trade are limit. Unless, very seldom circumstances where you should be trying to market, right? Because limit, not only is it just better overall for you, because you're getting in at the perfect price and getting out at the right price that you've been wanting to target, but it's also a lot less fees. Doesn't matter what exchange you're on. The fees for limit orders will be way less, exponentially less than market. So you want to be doing that. But yeah, for this trade, we went long around 0.884. And we closed the entire thing here when it wicked into it, right around 92.4. And I had some nice gains. I made a couple thousand, and that's nice. Yet looks like we flipped it now, and I could have a little bit more profit. But profit is profit, guys. You can't be Mr. Hindsight. Oh, I kept pumping. There's a lot of guys who aren't making money. So the biggest thing in this game is just be grateful for everything and never second guess yourself. Like your initial gut, if I know this is a big resistance, as was here, we started rejecting it, that's where I'm going to sell. On a flip of it, I could have decided to go long again and add the same size back on, but I chose not to because I had other things going on, gym, so forth. Yeah, so that's Doge. I'm going to look into Atom because I know I posted in the weekly open alpha series video yesterday, and I think it's up pretty big. Yeah. Wait. This is Doge, not. Let's look at Atom. I don't know what I've been drawing there, but it definitely took off from this trend line. If you want to go back and watch that video, you can. It's in the playlist on the front of the channel. It's just, I do it every Tuesday, the weekly open. If you guys have been keeping in touch with that, and I just go over everything. We had this nice tap of the downtrend for Atom, which has been going on for quite a while. I have it from the highs in August, and yeah, now it's just kind of like mooning. If it closes here, this is the 3-day chart, but 1560 was the highest it closed back there in the beginning of September. So I'm bullish on Atom. I'm looking for longs on that as long as Bitcoin behaves. I'm really bullish on Doge as well because I think Elon just going to start making it pump again soon. I think it's been lagging a little too much. So for Doge, if we get this 4-hour close above this resistance level where we took profit on the long from down here, I'm going to look to re-enter, and I'm going to look for to take out these highs here, right around 10 cents, which could possibly be a close to 10% pump. And you guys don't need to be using a lot of size on days like today. There's so much volatility in the market. You can use low leverage. Doesn't matter if you only have a couple $100 that you're starting off trading with. As long as you do the right things, You follow the principles I try to teach you guys, you'll be fine. And you can still make a lot of money with small size. So that's what we're paying attention to for Doge. I'm going to look to re-enter this trade. If we get a nice 4-hour close, or its daily close is next, because the next 4 hour is the daily close. And maybe we have our stop loss, set a little lower, down here or something, right? If we get a nice entry like that, that'd be cool. I don't know why I can't. Let's see. Let's have a new one. And we target those highs. Nice risk-reward ratio of 7-to-1. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm going to be posting as well some chart requests. I know a lot of you guys like when I go over the specific coins that you have been looking at. I know that's helpful. So I'm going to post a poll which ones you would like me to go over, and just throw them in the comments in the Telegram. If you guys have not been really trading, but you're wanting to get into it, in the link of this video, there's a link to sign up for BYBIT. It is by far the best exchange I've ever used. Way better than FTX, mainly because you still don't need KYC, and you can withdraw up to $20,000 per day, where FTX, I could only withdraw $2,000 per day. So huge difference, especially if you have size. It is the exchange to be on. And yeah, like and subscribe to this video if you have not already. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.